Welcome, and thanks for joining me for Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is Journeys in the Stolen Lands, and we just took down Vorticai. We're going to head back home to Tuskdale and regroup there, and I'm sure people are going to want to talk to us about what happened here, and Tristan is going to be missing. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with him. So we'll meet you back. Oh, actually, we have to talk to Maegor Varn here first, so we'll do that. Your grace, gods be praised. You're our savior. You rescued us. What happened to my people? A terrible loss. Men, women, even children. Vorticai spared no one. What manner of creature snuffs out the lives of the innocent? Maegor's fist clenches and he steadies himself. They will be mourned. We shall honor the fallen. And then, okay, the other thing that happened last time is Cain found all the jars containing the souls of the people of Varnhold, and he decided it would be a good idea to sell them. Hopefully, Maegor does not find out that that's what we did. Maegor turns to you at attention. Your grace, by the debt of blood, Varnhold and I now serve you. The cowards from the north didn't lift a finger to help me when I was in need, so I offer my sword to the one who will. He bows his head. I'll head to your castle and wait for you there. A deputy will rule in Varnhold. I'll appoint someone trustworthy. Don't worry about that. As for the people of Varnhold, I don't think the town will remain empty for long. Being in those jars, he coughs. Let us say that it makes one miss one's appetites, including a warm body to share your bed with. He winks. I expect it won't be long before Varnhold doubles in size. Okay, I guess nobody told him about the jars. Thankfully.
The ancient evil was defeated. The dead tyrant Vorticai wouldn't be threatening us or anyone else any longer. Alas, our friend revealed himself to be an enemy. How could you, Tristan? We trusted you.
Yeah, how could you, Tristan? Alright, we're back out on the road and we've got a long journey home. And I think we're going to head straight home. We need to get back to Tuskdale. So I'll meet you back in the Shrike Hills, back at Tuskdale. We'll see you there. Okay, we're on our way home and it's taking a long time, and we had a pop-up just now. Unfortunately, I think we failed quest to go find Ekun. I didn't realize there was a time limit on those. We didn't really have a choice. Let me see if I can find that in here. Bury the past. Melina wanted us to go find Ekun and Tavi. We ignored our companion's request for far too long, and now it's too late. Oh well, that's just too bad. So I don't know if that means he's gone or what's gonna happen. I guess we'll have to see if he's still in Tuskdale when we get back, or if he's gone for good. Feel bad about that, but we didn't really have a choice. We've been over here dealing with bigger issues. Okay, we made it back to Tuskdale. It took a long time. I did make a stop at Silvershire to sell a bunch of the stuff that we were carrying to make the rest of the trip go a little bit quicker. We'll see if anybody's waiting for us here in the throne room. Lander. We've so much to report, Your Grace. I don't know where to begin. First, the Sword Lords have requested your aid against the barbarians. Secondly, monsters have started to appear within our barony again, as they did during the bloom. According to reports, most of the creatures have been sighted at Candlemere Lake. I hope, Your Grace, you will decide which action to take first. Either way, you should choose quickly. Either deal with the tribes from Numeria, who are marching to us through Brevoy, or try to discover where this new bloom originates from. Or in other words, will you honor your alliance with the Aldori, or would you rather leave them to their fate, to the Sertova's delight? What's going on at Candlemere? Not long ago, a bright flash was spotted on the center of the island. After that, monsters started to appear in the area, attacking fishermen and travelers. Someone should travel to the Candlemere and discover where these monsters are coming from, and why. What's happening in Brevoy? The Kelid barbarians, Your Grace, the Tiger Lord's tribe. Yeah, we've dealt with them. They sometimes serve as mercenaries in the river kingdoms. Not long ago, a new chieftain rose among them and inspired the tribe to conquer new lands. His name is Armag, the Twice-Born, and it is said his tribe honor him as a living legend. Looks like Brevoy became his first target. Rostland, to be more specific. Amiri raises her head, her eyes blazing. Tiger Lords, so they decided to come to fight? I've heard my former tribe is with them now, hiding from the evil spirit that haunts them. I bet the Tiger Lords brought the cowardly worms here with them. If so, I'll give them what they deserve. She shakes her head as if trying to cast off something unpleasant. Then she glares at you, but her words are carefully controlled. What I wanted to say, Chieftain, we need to go there and we need to hurry. I'm going now to scout around, maybe find some help. Come with me, or else we'll live to see this Armag smash the Brevins and come knocking at our main gate. We send her by herself, or do we head there with her right away? I guess we'll go. You're right. The threat's too serious to be ignored. We're heading there right now. Amiri raises her hand as if trying to stop you. Easy. If we go in a huge group, there's no way we can scout unnoticed. In short, I go first to see their numbers, maybe smash several heads. And you come join me later. She grins. Just don't make me wait too long, or I'll kick all their asses without you. Alright, well, what do you think, Lander? Are you suggesting I take the throne? If I were you, I'd pay attention to what's happening with our neighbors to the north. I'll send my people to Brevoy, and you should go to Rostland to give the Sword Lords your support. Alright, well, so both he and Amiri kind of agree on this. Lander smiles slightly, submerged in his own thoughts. We are decided then. You're going to deal with the business at hand, which leaves me to find some place to put my efforts and talents as well. So, Your Grace, until next we see each other. Alright. This Bartholomew? Your Grace, more and more delicate issues arise with our neighbors. You need a spy master, who should, of course, simply be called a minister. I could certainly hold this position, but a spy master sometimes learns too much about his lord, and I wouldn't want you to have even a shadow of a doubt about my loyalty. For now, let me simply report one of such delicate matter. There's a guard detail at the border sent by the Voice of the Wind, a druid and diplomat from Seven Arches. They're hunting a criminal, an elf who's escaped to our lands. I would imagine they're worried that someone might help the fugitive get to Kyanin, and ask our assistance in hunting him down. The Voice of the Wind is very knowledgeable. The winds whisper many secrets to him. It is wise to befriend such useful persons. If we must give them the elf to win their favor, then I'd consider it a bargain, no matter who he is or what he's done. Tell me about this conflict between Seven Arches and Kyanin. The elves claim they built 7 arches for which the city is named, though the evidence of this is questionable. Anyway, the elves fled these lands, and druids of the bolder tribes claimed this land for themselves. And built a flourishing settlement. Now the elves of Kyanin are demanding the return of 7 arches, as the land is supposedly sacred to them, though if you ask me, such a demand smells of deceit. In any case, the oak stewards who now rule 7 arches have refused. As a result, there's very little peace between them. We can help the guards find and arrest the elf and get some relations and divine. Or we can help the elf and get relations and arcane. Or we can just leave it alone and get community, loyalty, and stability. What does he want us to do? The Voice of the Wind. The winds whisper many secrets. It's wise to befriend such useful persons. We must give them the elf to win their favor, then I consider it a bargain. So he wants us to help the guards. Okay, yeah, the guards from the Voice of the Wind. Alright, we'll go along with you, Bartholomew. Help the guards find and arrest the runaway elf. Very good. We will catch the criminal and hand him over to 7 Arches. I'm sure the Voice of the Wind will appreciate the gesture, and might even have some information to share about our neighbors. Good deal. Does that mean we can add a spy master now? He was suggesting that. Okay, here's Ekun. Ekun barely looks at you. I'm back, Kane. Forgive me if you were worried. I needed to rest from everything and say farewell to Intavi. Okay. That's anything else? Alandi. A young man runs into the throne room. His clothes, formerly stylish and sophisticated, are torn and muddy. Your Grace, praise Shellen, I have made it here alive. I beg you, please help us. Alandi? What in the hells are you doing here? Lindsay blurts out angrily. Oh, Lindsay, I'm so glad to see you. Forgive me, Your Grace, for my lack of decorum. My name is Alandi. I attended the Pitaxian Academy of Grand Arts with Lindsay. Our teacher, Eobald the Insightful, has been forced to flee the wrath of King Iravedi along with a group of his students. We almost made it to the capital, but we were caught. Only I managed to escape to find help. Lindsay opens her mouth about to say something harsh, but she realizes the gravity of Alandi's words and interrupts herself. What do you mean? Professor Eobald is in trouble? Kane, we have to help. Who is Eobald? He's a prominent researcher, a gatherer of myths and legends, author of many essays on history and literary theory. Any cultured ruler would be glad to welcome such a beacon of learning. Lindsay, Professor Eobald was one of the wisest people in the whole academy, maybe in all the River Kingdoms. I knew the king would kick him out sooner or later. Like I told you, Iravedi isn't interested in sages and scientists. He just wants bootlickers and toadies. Why did you run from Iravedi? King Iravedi's a jealous ruler. He doesn't intend to hand the title of the region's cultural capital over to anyone. He may have thrown our teacher out of the academy, but he would rather see Eobald dead than working for any of Pitax's neighbors. And if the refugees return to Pitax, they won't be spared the chopping block. Why didn't you send word in advance? Iravedi has spies everywhere. If our teacher had tried to contact you, we wouldn't have made it out of Pitax at all. Why come to my lands? One of the Academy's most talented students already found shelter here after fleeing the tyrant's wrath. Alandi bows politely to Lindsay. Your books are quite popular in Pitax. They're a living reminder that culture yet blooms beyond Iravedi's reach. We had hoped, Your Grace, that you would take us under your protection as well. Lindsay winces, but says nothing. Is something wrong, Lindsay? No, yes, not important right now. We need to save Professor Eobald as soon as possible. Alright, where can we find this guy and his students? Iravedi's thugs caught up with us near a giant tree, a sycamore, I think. If you go immediately, you should have time to intercept them. Alright, fine, we'll help your teacher. Thank you, Your Grace. You won't regret it. I'll hurry back to the tree. I can't believe Iravedi actually kicked out Professor Eobald. Well, it's his loss. We'll save him, just don't go without me. I miss my old teacher terribly. Okay.
Meanwhile, barbarian hordes had been gathering near Brevoy's borders. We had a difficult choice to make. Was it more important to chase a traitor, or to fulfill our duty as allies?
Okay, Betrayer's Flight. Tristan has shown his true nature. Explore the Candlemere Bloom. And Hour of Rage. Brevoy calls for help. Barbarian hordes approach the walls of Restov. Okay. And Amiri has gone off to scout ahead. Anything else? Blood Calling. Amiri's last encounter with her tribe ended in bloodshed and scandal. She pretended... Alright, so something's happened to Nylak. Anything else? Turncoats. The Professor Eobald thing. Okay. With Lindsay and party, find Eobald near the old sycamore. And that's it. Alright. First things first, we gotta clear up some Death's Door issues we have. Rest real quick. Okay, wow. So much to do. So much. We've got Tristan, who I think we're just going to have to not worry about for the time being, because we're going to need to take care of this problem with the barbarians. This is the start of the Twice-Born Warlord quest. And then, unfortunately, we failed Ekuns. I don't know if that's the end then of anything with him, since we didn't get there in time. We'll at least go talk to him and see what's going on. And then we've got Amiri needs to find out what happened to Nylak, and Lindsay's friends we need to help. We've got a lot of companion stuff here that we need to take care of. I don't know about the time sensitivity of these. Obviously, there was some urgency to Ekuns that we failed. And then all this other kingdom stuff, of course, and errands. We're going to first check in at the table and see what we've got going on here. Okay, we had failure with the greedy tax collector. I think these are things we didn't get anybody put on. Okay. Lena is worried about Ekun. We failed that. Failure with the livestock deaths. All right. Triumph with mental dexterity. The treasurer assigned specially trained money changers to the markets to detect illusions. She also instructed them to pass along their knowledge to the merchants and shopkeepers. Now even Shoeshine in the barony knows how to check coins. Alright, we talked to everybody there, I think, already. Talked to the Grand Diplomat. Ekun's returned. We need to find Lindsay's friends. Alright, then we have some new stuff. Alright, we've got Kellid scouts. Locals have cited small bands of barbarians scouting the area. People are worried that these intruders are only forerunners to an impending invasion. Someone should investigate further. So Ragongar is going to go out on that. Let's go ahead and start that up. And then we've got Black Ravine. These places have had a bad reputation for a while, but they became even more dangerous after a group of grim, quiet travelers visited them. The plants are dying, the animals are fleeing, and the undead have begun to roam the area. We've only got 25% on this. I think I'm going to go ahead and spend a crisis point. We've been hoarding those up until now, but we'll get that up to 50% at least. And then an opportunity with Paper People. Druma is famous for its wealth and prosperity. Their ambassador has reported in secret that the court of Cheliax sometimes invites Drummond bureaucrats to audit and organize the chancellery. This sounds tempting, but what could we offer the ambassador of Druma in return for their service? Canera is on that. Only 35%, but we'll leave it there. And then Good Neighbors. Rumor has it that conflict between members of different races have intensified in the region. More and more complaints have been received, but the local guards deny everything. The situation demands action before it becomes violent. Storyteller is on that. Then we've got a bunch of projects here. Okay, so after all of that, we have several open advisor spots. I think because of Tristan leaving, we've got an empty... Was he our regent? Wait. What happened to Lander? Wow, was that because of our choice in that last conversation with him? Did we lose him? That's a big blow. Okay, we're gonna step out of here. Is he still around? What? He did not like that choice we made. And that was a little while ago. Take a look here at the journal. Okay, so I looked back here. This was where we sent Amiri ahead. I don't think we only had one choice left there, was just returning to our own concerns, and he said leaves me to find someplace to put my efforts and talents as well. So your grace, until next we see each other. Wow, I did not realize that meant he was just taking off. I guess hopefully that wasn't for good. That means we don't have a regent at the moment. Hopefully that's just a temporary issue. But I guess we'll go ahead and put someone in here. Valerie. The counselor was Tristan's spot. We don't have really anyone good here for that, unfortunately. Wow, who are the potential counselors? I guess we could maybe get Tristan back. I'm not sure that's what Kane's going to want to do, unfortunately. There are no other counselor options. We'll stick Bruin in there for now. I don't like having mercenaries in those spots. And then we've got our warden. Okay, Ekun. He was our warden, wasn't he? Wow, man, things really got wrecked here. Was he only at +2? That doesn't seem right. I guess we stick Keston in there now. And then our minister. Okay, this is our spy master. So we can put Ekun there. Or Jubilast or Jaethal. Maybe do we give Jaethal that job? Or Jubilast? Kind of like the +6 there. I'm not sure Kane really agrees with the non-violent and honorable measures. Ekun, the job's yours. For now, at least. What's missing here, then? Arcane. Okay. We need a Magister. Alright, so things are kind of messed up here now. Megarvarn is a potential treasure, but I think we'll leave Canera there. Alright, let's take a look then at everything else. Okay, so Kane overruled me and we decided to stick Jaethal in here as our minister. That just seems more fitting, I think, for this role. And we've got several things to start up. We've got some BP, so we're going to do this. Favored by the people. Community receives a +1 whenever the regent achieves a triumph in any event. 75 BP, we're going to start that up. And then Bruin here, we can build another town. So we're going to get that going for 100 BP. We've got a fair chunk of BP at the moment. And then we can put Keston on this winged menace problem. A flock of rapacious harpies are terrorizing the region, robbing the helpless peasants, attacking the open markets, and stripping jewelry off nobles right in front of the bodyguards. Start that up. And then I believe then we have, okay, training here. We're going to strengthen Lebeda's skills as a regent, which hopefully means that he's coming back at some point. But Jaethal on that. And I think then the only last thing we're going to do while those are all happening is rank up relations here. We'll get this going and a bunch of that other stuff is going to finish in the meantime. Okay, relations reached rank 4. Darkness retreats in the tenebrous depths. Visions of the darkness dispersing in the tenebrous depths haunt the Baron's dreams. It seems that the second shroud of insanity has fallen, opening the way deeper into the dungeon. It's time to answer Zelaren's call. Okay, we've seen this before, and I don't think we ever reached a point where we couldn't go any further, so we'll need to go back to the tenebrous depths and explore that more. We have a lot of other things, though, at the moment, I think, that are probably more important. Ragongar and Octavia are concerned. Okay, we need to help them before it's too late. Enough time has passed since the Baron agreed to help his companion. It might be a good idea to do it sooner rather than later. Alright, and failure with good neighbors. Curator commissioned a festival of unity for the whole region, but only a handful of bored visitors showed up to watch the bards and musicians perform. So we lost a little bit of culture there. I think that was the one we spent a crisis point on too, so there was no point in that. Winged Menace success. The warden set up an ambush, ordered a trade caravan to take a road that winds along the edge of the forest, and hid 2 squads of archers among the trees. The harpies didn't stand a chance. As soon as they attacked, the archers took them all down. Got a town built, so we can... I think we just need to select one now that we want to upgrade. Success with this project, +1 to community when the regent gets a triumph. And then we're just about to the end of the month. We've got some new things we should be able to get started up. Alright, so we have a couple people that want to speak to us in the throne room. We're going to start up the Master of Pain, Keston, Traveling Interrogator and Executioner, Priestess of Zon Kuthon is offering her services to the Baron. The half-elf is certain that there is much to learn from the barony's prisoners once they're in her hands. And then this opportunity, bread in circuses. Someone has started a ridiculous rumor claiming that the renowned gladiators of Timon will take part in a tournament at an upcoming local festival. If the curator cannot get them to come, the people's wrath will be fearsome indeed. Got storyteller on that. One day left here on this one, but I think... Oh, we've got... So we need to get one of our towns upgraded. Which one would make sense to do that? Maybe Silvershire, since it's over here pretty far to the east, where we could eventually, if we built that mage's tower, we could teleport between those two. That would make the trip over to that side of the map pretty quick. These regions here are all so close to Tuskdale. I'm not sure it makes sense to upgrade one of those at this point. Maybe wait and do, like, once we get a settlement up in Glenbon or the Dire Gnarl Marches, maybe further over here to the west. We could do Varnhold, I guess. I think we'll do Silvershire there in the mountains. So, okay, so we can upgrade Silvershire to the next level. And we've got some BP, so we'll go ahead and build some new things here. Okay, we had plenty of gold to buy the BP that we needed, so we got some things going here. We upgraded some stuff, the walls, temple, town hall, inn, garrison. Then we are adding a windmill, lighthouse, and then a bunch of stuff up here, a park and a cistern, granary, barracks, school, mage's tower, and aviary. So hopefully we can, when this gets done, we can test out fast traveling on the map. That's going to be amazing. Okay, so we're going to go and do this repopulate Varnhold project, costing us 300 BP. I'm not sure that selling those jars is worth it. Oh, that reminds me, we actually have a project to sell the jars, which I think gives us 250 BP. So I don't know if, because I think if we would have broken the jars, maybe we wouldn't have gotten this project. We wouldn't have needed to repopulate. We'll go ahead and start this up for 300 BP. And then let me find that other one. Where is it? Just saw that. Soul jars. Sell the soul jar. So we'll have to wait for Canera to be done. I think that means we get 250. Not that it costs that. Alright, I think we are finished here. We do have visitors in the throne room. Who is that? A dismal silence hangs in the hall as the figure of a new visitor appears at the door. He's taller than anyone else present and seems to be made of subtle folds and sharp angles, from his metal mask to his scarlet cape. And he literally reeks of evil, cold, calculating, unrelenting. The Forefather. Greetings to the ruler of this land. An expressive male voice carries across the hall. The visitor bows politely. I've come from afar to discuss a matter of considerable importance, and I hope for a civilized conversation. Let me introduce myself. I am called the Forefather, and I serve the illustrious Queen Mahathala. I am a devil. Okay. Right. Now there are devils roaming about my capital. How can you be sure of that? Disguise can do wonders. You hear a chuckle from under the mask, but then the devil regains his polite and formal tone. I realize that guests like me are somewhat exotic. This is why I chose to come forward boldly in the light of day as any honest visitor would to the lands of a lawful ruler. The devil makes a few gestures and says something indistinguishable. Both he and you seem to be enclosed in an invisible ring. The outside world shines through dimly. Its sounds are barely audible. A modest precaution. Others should not hear what I have to say. Oh, this is about Canera and Kalike. I have news of someone you know. Young Canera and Kalike. One of them is in great danger, and they both share a single fate. They must have told you by now of the Soul Eater who killed Canera. I should imagine that by disclosing their secret and true names to you, the poor children deprived Canera of protection from this deadly foe. The Soul Eater has picked up her scent and will soon be here. You will need my help to deal with it. What is your interest in Canera and Kalike? My interest in these lost children is special. I would even say familial. It's my blood that runs in their veins. A long, long time ago, I gave a night of passion to a young follower of Mahathala's cult. Her soul has writhed in agony in the flames of hell for many ages, and yet I still feel a vague joy when I see the offspring of our alliance walking the sunlit lands of Kadira. I am their forefather, and not only by name. What's so special about this Soul Eater? I've killed worse beasts before. This Soul Eater is more ancient, and far stronger and more evil than any others like it. It knows Canera's name and will follow her relentlessly. If you refuse my help, both you and the girls will have to remain on close guard duty day and night, waiting for it to appear, to attack, and believe me, the devil seems to chuckle. Even so, you will not be prepared when it strikes. What do you suggest? I can lure the Soul Eater to appear at the right time and place. I even know a way to be rid of it once and for all, without any fuss. If you are willing, then come with Kalike to the barrens at the southern border of the Camelands. It must be Kalike. We cannot risk her sister being found. We will meet there and resolve the matter once and for all. Okay, we'll do it. The devil makes another half bow. I enjoy dealing with reasonable and civilized mortals. So long. Southern Barrens has been revealed. Okay, another thing on our list. I'm getting anxious about the whole Regongar and Octavia thing. Here's Maegor Varn. Your Grace, I know I already owe you so much and shouldn't bother you with any further requests, and I would hold my tongue if only my own interests were on the line. However, this matter I need help with involves the fate of my people, and a certain person of special value to me. You see, when strange events started to occur in Varnhold and its environs, we started our own investigation. We discovered a certain mysterious dungeon. The locals say it was the tomb of an ancient creature of great power. Alas, this turned out to be a false lead, and the dungeon was a trap. Meanwhile, the real Vortikai continued to commit outrages in his real tomb and then attacked Varnhold. As fate would have it, at the moment of the magical attack on the town, a party of my people was inside this false dungeon. Oh cool, do we get to go find them? And I have yet to learn anything of their fate. This is my request. Help me go down into the dungeon and find out what happened to my people. What is this person of special value you mentioned? The woman who I hope may become my wife. Maegor's eyes grow dark, giving away a storm of hidden emotions. She led the party that disappeared into the dungeon. My brilliant orders landed her in trouble, and I still don't even know what happened down there. Okay, I'll do what I can. Where is this dungeon? I will mark it on your map. Maegor nods shortly and gratefully. I will meet you on the road if you decide to go. Thank you, Your Grace. This mission is very important to me. Lostlarn Keep has been revealed. Cool. Alright. I was hoping there would be some tie-in back to our group from the DLC. Alright. Hero's Fate. Cool. Yeah. I'm going to look forward to doing that. Go to the dungeon with Varn. But we have, wow, just a load of stuff now that we need to take care of. Mainly the companion quests. I'm getting pretty worried about particularly Regongar and Octavia's. I mean, not that it's like, I guess, critical to anything we're doing, but I'd like to complete those if we can. Upgrade the capital to the city. Is that an option now? We'll have to see if that's an option. Is that a new project now in here? I bet it is. Don't see a new project yet. I think we have to have 3. We have to have 3 towns, and then we can upgrade to a city. I don't think I ever got to that point in my other playthrough. We're actually starting to get somewhat close to where my last playthrough failed. And we have the whole Twiceborn Warlord thing to get through, but it was really kind of, I think, kind of at the end of that where we were just getting into the stuff with Iravetti and Pidax, where everything blew up then. So we've got a little ways to go, but we're starting to see the point of where we got to, and then it'll be kind of fun and a little worrisome where we start heading into some things blind again. All right, we took care of a lot of stuff here in the capital, and next time I'm leaning towards dealing with Ragongar and Octavia's thing first, if we can, before we then head to meet Amiri and take care of the whole barbarian situation there. We need to save Jamandi Aldori or help them in that battle. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you again next time here in the Stolen Lands. Bye-bye.